According to the U.S. Census Bureau, Atlanta is Georgia's most populous city, with an estimated population of 472,000 living within the city limits in 2016. Atlanta is also ranked number 26 out of 100 of America's most violent cities. LEAP, the Law Enforcement Advocates Program, addresses the Atlanta Police Department's need to provide trauma-informed care, therapy, and direct services to crime victims.
The day in the life of an advocate, I wish you could really experience, because you have to kind of see what they go through. So you got an advocate that has to go out on the scene where there's a homicide. You understand the trauma and the heaviness of seeing a family who has just lost a child. That advocate is there to console and take that mother or father or sister or brother into an area so that he or she can begin to have the conversation with the family about what is going on and what the next steps are in a way that's understanding to the family or to that loved one.
LEAP helps victims begin the healing and recovery process at the critical point when they make initial contact with the criminal justice system.
The Atlanta Victim Assistance Program is a law enforcement-based advocacy program, and we provide comprehensive services to our victims. We provide counseling, housing, client assistance, therapy. We are there as first responders to assist the victims at a crime scene. We are just an agency that our mission is to provide the fundamental rights to the victims of crime.
Unit advocates are trained to respond specifically to the crimes seen by each unit and field calls for investigators, and are therefore able to provide specialized services that respond to the unique needs of each victimization.
Well, bridging the gap between the investigator and the victim, that can mean a lot of different things. For example, I would reach out to the victim and I would provide her a police report if she doesn't have it, and I would give her the investigator's name. So you're frustrated and you think, okay, I made a report and I don't have any assistance and I don't know what's going on. So I would also look up the case and I would tell the victim if there has been an arrest that was made or if it hasn't been an arrest. I would let them know the criminal justice process, what to look forward to, and sentencing-wise.
So I'll start by looking at the case. I read the narrative, I get the age range, I kind of get a feel for what's happened in this incident. Then I'll go meet with the investigator who's assigned to the case. I want to see if that investigator has already made contact with that victim, if there's any special information that I should know that they've already gathered, whether it's change of address, change of phone number, and then I go and revisit the case, make my first initial outreach or initial contact with the victim. I'm not here, as a law enforcement officer or in the court sector. I'm not here as a prosecutor. I am here as your advocate. I'm your voice, I am your resources, I answer all your questions. I'm here to make sure that this process is not harder than it needs to be, or it already is.
In 2017, Calvin Clark Sr. lost his son to a homicide in Atlanta.
Talking to people over and over and over, when the mood hit me, it's like I'm a burden to certain people. But with the victim advocate group, they be there for me. Whenever I call, they automatically jump to it and assist me with whatever I need. Whether it's paperwork I need to fill out or what I need to do in a situation, they there, genuine there. I don't want to call them advocate. I call them my angels. You know what I'm saying? Because if it weren't from them and the man above and close family and friends, I don't know where I would be.
I can relate because I also lost my child too. So working with the family has really strengthened me as much as it has, hopefully I have strengthened that family also. Knowing that someone can relate, I can talk to. If you need to reach out to someone, reach out to Atlanta Victim Assistance. This is what I'm here for. I'm your advocate. I know you want to know what happened to your child, but right now the detective cannot disclose that. So I'm the piece that comes in to help the family members to hold on.
LEAP strives to empower clients and give them the space to reclaim their dignity and self-determination after suffering a crime. No client is denied services or referrals.
It's very important having the advocates here. Oftentimes, the first person that our victims would be contacted by would be the advocates, just to have that person who's there for you to speak on your behalf. So it's really, really important to have them here to do that.
Police typically do not have the training, skills, or capacity to respond to specialized victim needs through comprehensive case management, services, referrals, or to act as an advocate.
The advocates provide a resource that we simply can't provide. I mean, they provide assistance to our victims, they comfort our victims, and we simply can't do that all the time. And so we put them in all of our zones and all of our precincts, and they're there for the victims at the early stage of the crime, and they're there to help them. And it's been a great relationship.
Every victim has a right for notification at every step and every junction of their incident or criminal case. And that's the most important reason that we should be here, to notify at an instance. Like, once you make this report, you need to know who your investigator is. You need to know where this case is going, and you have a right to know. In every state, you have these rights, and just like any other constitutional right, they shouldn't be violated, because you are a victim or you might be okay now. So it's very important that at each level of this process, there is an advocate, whether it's courtside or here at the law enforcement agencies in each zone.
When we all work together, establishing relationships, establishing a deepened community outlook, that we all can move forward and help the victim become a victor.
We're fortunate with this LEAP program we received. This is the second year. We were blessed to have been refunded, and I hope that the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council and the Atlanta Police Department and those that we partner with will see the value in this program, and that it will continue to be funded because it is needed and valuable. And I'm absolutely confident that our data and the services that we provide reflect that need.
Free, accessible, community-driven services tailored to local needs and assets is not just ideal but critical. Every victim deserves equitable access to resources for healing and recovery.